Gravity was directed by Alfonso Cuarón and released in 2013. Although it has elements from science fiction, it really isn't one, since the technology present in it is contemporary. It's better described as a melodrama in Earth's orbit.
The main characters are Dr. Ryan Stone, played by Sandra Bullock, and Lieutenant Matt Kowalski, played by George Clooney.
The camera first follows Dr. Stone, confirming the 180-degree view based on the characters but not the Earth.
When Dr. Stone detaches her suit, the camera also detaches from her and stays in place as she flies away.
Sandra's voice is gradually diminished as she becomes distant from the camera, but the volume of background music increases, making the audience keep attached to the scene.
The camera shifts from filming the space to filming the Earth. At the same time, the soundtrack becomes quiet, representing the silence of space. At the same time, it brings out the stone's heartbeat in the background.
The setting of space allows unconventional use and effective camera movements. For example, visual breaks, which are often made by cuts, can be seen here in a continuous shot.
Stone's voice is entirely silent. She seems to be in a trance and not breathing. We're left breathless in suspense.
This slow shot leaves the spectator breathless until Stone breathes in again. Notice how sound shifts as the camera goes inside her helmet.
Here comes the point of view shot, showing the spinning from Stone's perspective. The spinning and the dark background that comes in between invite the audience to feel her claustrophobic and confused emotional state.
The visual to explore with North at 12 o'clock, and the shuttle is at the center of the dial. I can see the Chinese station. No, it's the International Space Station. ISS is at 7 o'clock.
The oxygen level goes red on her head-up display, making the spectators feel the urgency of the situation.
The camera turns around and goes back to in-helmet extreme close-up. Notice how the sound changes again. From this point, the camera does the opposite of what it did before, slowly exiting the helmet and zooming out from Stone.
The colors of Stone's shirt changes according to the sunset in the background.
This whole shot lasts for about 5 minutes. While long takes are usually difficult to film in a real setting, the setting of space generated by computer effects may have allowed it easier to take long shots, which certainly keep the audience trapped in this cinematic space.
Starting from here, camera stops spinning with Stone, and she is far away from us.
The camera moves away, creating the illusion that Dr. Stone is drifting away along with the hope to survive. When Kowalski's voice reappeared on the radio, the camera approaches her again as the hope is coming back.
The sound we hear is the sound of radio transmission. It's our primary source of sound for the film, which promotes the claustrophobic feeling. So we can say that there are two sources of claustrophobic impression the audiences get: the level of visual closeness and that of aural closeness.
Here is present the pressure of Stone's low oxygen level, and this indicates she is not well trained and has been in panic before meeting Kowalski.
No, 8%.
Okay, you're breathing too fast. You're burning oxygen. We don't want to do that. We want to relax. Copy?
Yes, copy.
Nearly there.
Please hurry.
You gotta holster that torch, Dr. Stone. Gotcha. Alright. Now, I'm gonna tether you to me.
A two-shot in space.
I know you never realized
It reveals the movie's nature as a melodrama.
but I need you to stop staring and help me with the test.
I think it's very interesting to note how computer-generated visuals are used in Gravity. While watching, you might think, how did they film this in space? And then remember that it really wasn't filmed at all.
Now to clear you from the jets.
The special effects are abundant but almost invisible, making the film very different from most modern Hollywood productions. It takes the best special effects are the ones you don't see too hard.
See? Where you go, I go.
Actually, filming in space would be impossible, so these scenes are only possible thanks to modern computer effects.
Let's get out of here.
Comparing Gravity to Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey is natural, since both present visuals of space and Earth unlike anything before. But there's a significant change in the characters.
How's that for a plan? Copy? Fuck! Right, copy that. Houston and the blind.
Witty dialogue in Gravity gives the evidence that the characters are much more emotional and amicable than in 2001.